Welcome back, students. We are doing chapter number 5, Introduction to Euclid's Geometry of class 9. And in exercise 5.1, today we will solve question number 4. If a point C lies between two points A and B such that AC is equals to BC, then prove that AC is equals to half of AB. And we have to solve this question by drawing the figure. So, starts with its solution. Suppose these are the 2 points A and B, and a point C lies between the 2 points A and B. Suppose this is the line joining the 2 points A and B, and C is the point in between A and B, such that given that a a point C lies between 2 points A and B, such that AC is equals to BC. Let this equation is equation number 1. Okay. Now we know that equals can be added in equals. Yes. So what can we do here? AC and BC, these are two equal things. So if equals, we will add equals in equals. The result will always be equal. So can we add AC both sides of equation number 1? We get, on adding AC both sides of equation 1, both sides means on left hand side as well as right hand side, AC plus AC is equals to BC plus AC. AC and AC will be 2AC, and BC plus AC, look at the diagram. BC is the right hand side part and AC is the left hand side part. When we join BC and AC, we will get the entire line segment AB. So it will be equal to AB. Okay. Now divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. We have 2AC upon 2 is equals to AB upon 2. Here 2 is cancelled by 2, therefore AC is equals to half of AB, or we can write AB upon 2. Hence AC is equals to AB upon 2, that we have to prove. I am repeating the solution of this question. If a point C lies between 2 points A and B, we have given 2 points A and B, and there is a point C between A and B such that AC is equals to BC. So start our solution. Given that AC is equals to BC, we know that equals can be added in equals. Where we have studied this point, that equals can be added in equals? Yes, in Euclid's axiom number 2. What is this? We are applying here Euclid's axiom number 2, which you can read from your book. We have already discussed it earlier. If equals are added to equals, the wholes are equal. Therefore AC and BC, these are two equal things. We have added AC on both sides, so that AC plus AC would become 2AC and BC plus AC will become AB. And after dividing it by 2, because in both the sides we can divide by the same quantity, so AC is equals to half of AB, which we have to prove. Now we will move on to question number 5. Yes, this is your question number 5. You can also read it from your book. In question number 4, point C is called a midpoint of line segment AB. Prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. In question number 4, what is given to us? Point A and point B joined AB, and it is given that C is the midpoint. Okay. Now in question number 5, they are asking that point C is called a midpoint of line segment AB, right? It is given to us. So first of all, we will write down what is given to us. Given that point C is the midpoint of line segment AB. Therefore, if C is the midpoint of AB, then C will divide AB into two equal parts. Therefore, AC is equals to BC. Let this equation is equation number 1. Then we have to prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. Okay. So how can we prove this? We can prove this by the method of contradiction. Contradiction means opposite. Okay. First of all, we will take the opposite of what we have to prove, and then we will show that we are wrong. Okay, our assumption was wrong. What we will assume here? We will assume that besides C there is one more midpoint of AB. Okay, we know that there can be a point, a midpoint of any line segment, and we have to prove this, but due to one and only one, okay, due to this one and only one, we will prove this with the help of contradiction. And contradiction means, first of all, we will think that there is no one point, there are 2 points, and then we will prove that we were wrong. Okay, so there will be only one point. Starts its solution. Assume, this is our assumption which we will prove that we are wrong. Assume that D is also the midpoint of AB. Okay, we are assuming that D is also the midpoint of AB. Suppose D is here, point D. Okay, so if D is the midpoint of AB, then we have AD will be equal to DB, and let this is your equation number 2. Now what can we do? Subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Okay, we get, or we have, okay, we have to subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So equation 2, on left hand side we have AD, and from AD we will subtract the left hand side of equation 1, AC. Then we have equal sign in both the equations. Then in equation 2 we have DB, we will subtract right hand side of equation 1, that is BC. Okay, AD minus AC. Now look at the diagram. When this perform this left hand side operation, AD minus AC, जब हम AD में से AC subtract करेंगे, then we will get CD. Okay, and DB minus BC, DB minus BC, जब हम DB में से BC को पूरा माइनस करेंगे, DB is a short distance, the length of DB is less than BC. Okay, so what we will get? We will get a negative quantity. When we you can understand this thing. when we subtract 2 from 3 we get positive 1, and when we subtract 3 from 2 we got negative minus 1. Okay, here we are doing the same thing. When you look at the diagram, db and compare db and bc is larger one and db is smaller one, and we are subtracting larger quantity from smaller quantity, that's why we will get a negative quantity. Okay, now subtract db from bc minus db, we will get cd. Okay, uh, now transpose minus cd from right hand side to left hand side. cd plus cd will be equal to 0. cd 1 cd plus 1 cd is equals to 2 cd will be equal to 0. And what we will do next, 2 cd is equals to 0, so cd will be equal to 0 upon 2, and therefore cd is equals to 0. CD. What is CD? You have to observe from the diagram. CD is the distance between the point C and D. CD क्या है? पॉइंट C और पॉइंट D के बीच का डिफरेंस है, और जो कि किसके इक्वल हो गया है? 0 के. If the distance between the two point is 0, then what will happen? Assume it. Suppose this is point C and this is point D. We have some distance between them, and if we are proving that the distance between C and D is equals to 0, उसका मतलब क्या हुआ? ये दोनों पॉइंट कहाँ होंगे? These two points will coincide like this. Point C and point D, they will coincide. If both the points lying on each other, then the distance between the 2 points will become 0. So what we conclude now, by proving that CD is equals to 0, by proving that CD is equals to 0, now we observe that the distance between CD is 0. This is possible only if point C and point D coincide. Coincide means जब पॉइंट एक के ऊपर एक आ जाते हैं. Okay, like this. Here we have point C and here we have point D. So coincide. Therefore what? Our assumption was wrong. Our assumption was wrong. Now can you tell me what was our assumption? This was our assumption. Assume that D is also the midpoint of AB. What we assumed here, that we have two midpoints. But now we are proving that our assumption was wrong. And what was our assumption? That there are two midpoints of AB. So we were wrong about that point. So there is no significance of D, point D. Okay, there is only one and only one midpoint, that is C. Therefore every line segment has one and only one midpoint. One and only one midpoint. Hence proved. Okay, now I am just giving you a quick recap of this question. In question number 4 we are given that C is the midpoint of AB, and in question number 5 we have to prove that C is the one and only one midpoint of AB. Okay, So we have proved this by the method of contradiction. We have assumed that there is one more point D which is the midpoint of AB. If D is the midpoint of AB, then AD will be equal to DB because D is the midpoint. But we knows and we have already proved in question number 4 that AC is equals to CB. Equation 1, equation 2. Subtract any equation from anyone. I have subtracted equation 1 from equation 2. You can do just opposite. Okay, you can subtract equation 2 from equation 1. After subtraction, we observe that 2 CD is equals to 0. CD. What is CD? You can understand this by with the help of this diagram. CD is the distance between the 2 points. Okay, and if the distance between the 2 points is 0, then it means the 2 points are coincide means they are overlapping each other. Okay, so but we have observed, we have assumed that there is one more point D, and now we are proving that the distance between C and D is 0. It means they are coincide each other, and hence our assumption was wrong, and therefore there is no significance of point D. Okay, if D cannot be there, then we can we say that there is only one and only one midpoint, that is C. Therefore every line segment has one and only one midpoint, hence proved. So students, this question is little bit hard for you because you are doing this question for the very first time. So there is nothing to worry, just follow the procedure. I have given you the complete explanation of this question. There is a short calculation part. This is the calculative part of this question. Don't be afraid of the length of this question because these are the languages only, and you can make your own language. If you understand the meaning, if you know what you are doing in this question, then you can write these sentences by your own. Okay, you have to understand only these concepts, and the main part of this question is it starts from here, point C to CD is equals to 0. Okay, so keep doing your work. Thank you and have a nice day.